Welcome back to Financial Freedom with Jewel. Today we're going to talk about the difference between making extra payments and velocity banking. Some folks don't want to do velocity banking, but they're asking, hey, can I just make extra payments? Yes, you can. But I'm going to explain it all in the video, but you got to give me one moment. I'll be right back.
I'm a stranger,
Okay, as promised, I think I get more comments about, why don't you just make extra payments? Don't do velocity banking. You guys, I'm going to have a disclaimer here. If you choose to make extra payments, whatever works for you, I say do it. But for me, I love velocity banking only because it speeds up the time and it also eliminates having to pay all the extra interest. But I'm going to tell you right now, whatever works for you, like they say, do you, boo. But I'm going to give you an example. Take a look at this chart. As you can tell, when we make extra payments, let's say we have a $2,000 mortgage payment, okay? For those that have mortgage payment, $2,000, the way you can make extra payments is simply this. You're gonna take that $2,000, you're gonna divide that by 12. You're gonna come up to $167. That is your magic number. That number right there should go towards your principal. Either you can decide to say, okay, then I'm gonna make an extra mortgage payment every single year. If you do that, you're gonna eliminate having to pay it's gonna eliminate having to pay a 30-year mortgage. It's gonna make it where it's gonna be 23 years. Now, granted, you have to make that mortgage payment, extra payment, every single year. And you're not gonna just throw it in there. You're gonna be specific. You're gonna target that to your principal, okay? So 167 is your magic number, or you can decide, I'm gonna take that 167 times it by 12. You're gonna come to $2,000. So as I said before, you're gonna call at the bank, go on the bank, or go online, and you're gonna put that extra $2,000 specifically towards your principal. By doing that, you're gonna eliminate all that extra interest. You're gonna shed off 7 years of interest payments. Wonderful. Let's say you have a car payment. Same thing goes into effect. Let's say your car payment, you may be owe about, let's say, $12,000 left over after you discover making extra payments or velocity banking. You have a 5% rate, pretty good. So if your payment is $500, you're going to pay $450 of that towards your principal every single month. $50 is what he's gonna get, the banker's gonna get for the interest payment. So $450 automatically goes towards that principal. Not too bad. Okay, let's say you wanna make an extra payment every single month, or you wanna save all of that money and throw it into your principal payment on that car to run it down quicker. Let's say we're gonna take our 500 divided by 12 again. Your magic number is $42. That's what you want to use to throw into the principal payment every single month. Or as I said before, you can collect that in a high yield savings account, keep it in there. That way you guys, with the high yield savings, you're making money every single month as that money is sitting there. Let that $42 sit in there every single month for 12 months. When you get done, you're going to be able to pay a whole entire year of a payment on your principal. Okay, not bad at all. About $500, you're going to inject that directly into your principal. Not bad. Now for me, I do velocity banking. Watch this. Velocity banking is simple. It's income minus expenses. It's going to be a cash flow. To do velocity banking, you have to have positive cash flow, which means you have to make more than you spend. You have to have money left over at the end of every single month. Let's say, remember, you take out your fund money, you take out your investments, your savings, you've done all of that. Let's say you have $800 left at the end of every single month. You know me, I always say, be strategic with your money. Because if you don't tell your money where to go, you're gonna wonder where it went. Velocity banking is strategic and it's intentional. With $800, we're not gonna let it just sit in our savings account or our checking account, because when you let it sit around, you are going to blow it. You guys, it's just human nature. I've done it. I'm like, I had this much money left over every single month. Where is it at? Because it sat there, hasn't been targeted, hasn't been put on assignment. It's just running through you like nothing. It's just going through like an empty penny bank. We're gonna be strategic here. So let's go ahead and say you have positive cash flow, right? Now you're doing this, extra payments, I say, hey, go for it, what works for you. Velocity banking, I'm gonna take the $800 every single month. I'm gonna inject it directly into my mortgage principal every single month. If I do that for the whole entire year, I'm gonna actually not make $2,000 extra payments, you guys. $2,000 extra a year. I'm gonna give that principal $9,600, only because I've been strategic with my $800 a month. But let's say you decide, I don't want to do that $800 a month. I'm going to split it up. Let's say we put $400 extra towards our mortgage every single month, cash flow, principal, you can actually give what? $4,800 every single year towards your principal alone. You cannot beat that, you guys. Because let's say you decide, okay, then I'm gonna also put that $400, on my mortgage a month and $400 on my car to run paying it off as quick as you can. If you keep doing that consistently, let's say you did this car, you put $400 on that, $4,800, you guys, you can actually send that directly towards your principal. Remember, you owed, yes, you did, you owed $12,000 left over on that car, but you're gonna shoot $4,800 at the end of the year. It's gonna go into making that principal payment. Not to mention your $450 times 12, you're paying that every single month. That's about $5,500. Now, within a year's time, you've paid almost $10,000 on your principal alone. I'm just going to tell you, when you do velocity banking, you are not going to try to just make extra payments. You're going to shoot a lot of money into that. Your cash flow is going to be what you're going to use into the principal only. So as you can see, I'd rather give maybe $9,000 a year as opposed to $2,000. Now, granted, it's based upon your income. If some folks have $200 left over, it's okay. Use that to strategically pay off your debts. You're just going to simply send it over there to your principal payment. Like you say, this right here, yes, it does work and all, but velocity banking tells you to take all of your cash flow and use it to pay off of your debts. So you guys, I was doing this right here. My husband and I were doing this for years. We were paying extra payments. And the sad part about it was there's times where, because we didn't know about velocity banking, we were just sending extra money over, They were taking in extra money. They were not, because I wasn't being specific. I was just saying, hey, here's extra money. They were saying, oh, okay, thank you. They were putting it on the back end of the loan as opposed to putting it directly towards the principal. Never make that mistake. Whenever you make extra payments, you're going to say, look, put that specifically on my principal alone. Because once that principal's ran down, they can't charge interest because there's nothing to charge. But also, I'm going to say this. If you feel comfortable doing velocity banking, I say, hey, go for it. You have a home. There's a thing called a HELOC. Now, remember, with the HELOC, it's a home equity line of credit. Your home is going to be your collateral. But if you're disciplined and you pay your bills on time, you'll have no worries and no concerns at all. And the benefit of having a HELOC is this, though. That's extra money poured in. It's like basically an open line of credit, which means that you can pull and pick from that. Let's say if you were to say, oh, you know what? I had a job loss. I know for 3 months I might be without a job. My expenses are $5,000. Go ahead and borrow from your HELOC. When it comes to loan, you can't borrow from a loan, but you can borrow from a HELOC. But the anticipation is that within 3 months, maybe a little bit more, I'm going to be back on track, and you just run down paying your your HELOC back. You guys, it's not hard to do. So the difference with a loan and a line of credit is that with line of credit, if you have a rainy day and there's some rain coming down and you feel like I need extra money, you can actually borrow from your line of credit. So until the next time, until the next video, if you decide you're gonna make extra payments, go for it. It's your choice. You can do that. Let's say you're gonna shoot all that extra payment over there towards your principal. You guys, it's on you. But velocity banking, it usually injects a large amount of money and it targets that debt and it just runs it down that much quicker. But as I said before, go what works for you. There's no right or wrong way when you're paying off your debt. When you get to zero and you owe nothing, that is winning. So however you win it, it's going to be up to you. I'm Julie, your financial freedom friend. If you found value in this video, come on, like, subscribe, and share. Sharing is caring. Let folks know, hey, don't sit up here and just keep on paying those bare minimum payments. There's what you can do it, but you have to be disciplined and you have to make more than you spend. Okay? Till the next time, until the next video, I'm Julie, your financial freedom friend. I'm here until you win. Okay? Bye-bye.